AAPI Heritage Month celebrates the culture and contributions of Americans with Asian and Pacific Islander heritage. In 1992, the official designation of May as Asian Pacific American Heritage Month was signed into law, making things much dearer and closer to the heart.
In the Philippine history books, the United States and the Philippine connection began when Commodore George Dewey attacked the Spanish Pacific Squadron in April of 1898. 8 months later, the Philippines was ceded by Spain and the rest of the remaining Spanish colonies for the sum of $20 million. We could somehow say that we felt more American than Spanish is because of the American influence. For example, the language. Back then, it is only the elite who can speak the Spanish language. The Americans gave us their language, taught us their language, so we can understand each other. You can see how communication can bring a lot together. Aside from that, we had several positive impacts. For example, education. The Americans also gave public education to the Filipinos. So those things, aside from a good tie-up during the challenge of World War II, gave us the heart of, we can say, the heart of an American.
The Kapwa concept, it is a shared set of mutual expectations that govern relationships within the Filipino social structure. The social acceptance of an individual hinges on the quality of his interpersonal relations. So there's always that relational, person-centric ways among persons. So in Philippine society, the Kapwa concept is the core value that underlies interpersonal behavior. The Filipino kinship structure, a person, it says, recognizes Kapwa in a relationship insofar as he himself becomes aware of a shared identity with another. It is in such a manner that outsiders eventually are considered insiders or hindi ibang tao in the Kapwa network. The DNA of the Filipino, the indigenous Filipino, makes him see the other as himself or herself. So that consciousness runs through, even if the other is a stranger. Even that's what makes also the Filipino very effective as a nurse, for example, because they will actually even like die for the patient. So if they can die for another, what more for their family? So the Kapwa is quite strong, and I can even describe it as love, or say in Christian terms, we call it charity. It's a gift.